Did you hear about an evangelical pastor who is allegedly giving people scary nightmares? Would you believe that? Well, let's start with some comments and then I'll explain and show you who this mystery is, the pastor. After these comments, I'm sure you've become more curious. So, leave your conclusions after the end of this video. I'm very curious to know.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it. I love your eyes.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
This man named Kenneth Copeland is judging by his look. In reality, he has always been the epicenter of controversies. Rumors about shadowy pacts, financial scandals of unrestrained ostentation, accusations of psychological manipulation, and even involvement in crimes and fraud. A true roller coaster of controversies that made him a controversial figure in the United States. However, how is it possible that someone so mysterious and full of contradictions can raise millions of dollars through the fervent donations of the masses? This question takes us to a mystery in question, making us question what drives people to support someone so complex. Regardless of the answers, we cannot deny that Kenneth Copeland's story is a whirlwind of intrigue and twists, making him a genuinely bizarre figure. One of the features that most impresses and draws attention to Kenneth Copeland are his eyes, which are not just ordinary eyes, but portals to an abyss of indescribable depth. The devil was described as an imposing being, elegantly dressed, endowed with a captivating eloquence that almost made it seem like he had your best interest at heart. However, when looking into those eyes, a frightening transformation occurred. Humanity disappeared, replaced by something sinister and uncontrolled, on the edge of the precipice of the unknown. They were windows into the abyss of Kenneth Copeland's soul, eyes that could mesmerize but also leave anyone on the brink, ready to be consumed by dark forces at any moment. There is an ambiguity regarding this pastor. Many consider him a blessed man who deserves everything he has achieved. On the other hand, there are those who claim that distorting the gospel to deceive millions of needy people is unforgivable and that their soul is already condemned. In some services, a wave of degenerate laughter is generated by the Copeland Initiative and does not stop for 20 minutes straight. Images of crowds moved by his words are cruelly contrasted with scenes of luxurious mansions and private jets. In no way am I suggesting that a man of God cannot enjoy prosperity. That would be a mistake. However, Trouble emerges when journalistic investigations shed light on a disturbing series of financial scandals surrounding Copeland and his organization. Embezzlement of funds, acquisitions of extravagant properties, and accusations of illicit enrichment emerge from the shadows, casting a shadow of doubt on the pastor's integrity and the real motivations that drive his actions. The disturbing question persists. To what extent is his devotion to God sincere when his life is so intertwined with material riches? The testimonies of the 6 followers reveal a dark side to Copeland's leadership. They claim to have been victims of psychological and spiritual manipulation, describing practices designed to control and subjugate believers by exploiting their deepest fears and desires. These accounts are contrasted with the fervent statements of Copelandia's defenders, who see him as a powerful spiritual warrior with supernatural abilities. They believe he is involved in a spiritual struggle against evil forces. In other words, we cannot be sure of anything. Furthermore, during one of his preachings, the pastor tries to heal a man, but what happens next is intriguing. He pretends nothing happened and continues to preach. What we can agree on is that this man is completely bizarre. And if you think the situation can't get any worse, stay here a little longer, and you'll see that it can. In times of pandemic, he says a bizarre prayer to exterminate COVID-19. After all these scandals, the journalistic investigation gains strength, and the pastor is confronted by reporters. But he remains evasive and enigmatic, further fueling the mystery that surrounds him. In this interview, when asked about a supposed phrase in which he says that flying commercially was like flying with a bunch of demons during the interview, he seems to be controlling himself and trying to maintain a mask and responds calmly to the reporter.
Why do you think that?
No, listen to me just a second. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid.
Tell me in the comments what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos.